Welcome to Historical Stills. In this video, get ready for a journey through time with a selection of rare, surprising, and extraordinary historical photos from the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s. Incredible images that will leave you speechless and might even reveal moments you never imagined existed. If you enjoyed this journey into history, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. By doing so, you'll never miss an update on more fascinating stories like this. The year 1988 marked a cultural turning point in the Soviet Union. For decades, beauty pageants had been banned, seen as a symbol of Western decadence. But with the advent of Mikhail Gorbachev's policies of glasnost and perestroika, the winds of change were sweeping across the nation. The announcement of the Moscow beauty pageant came as a surprise to many, signaling a new era where self-expression and individuality were beginning to find a place in Soviet society. The excitement was unprecedented. Over 5,000 women, from students to professionals, gathered to compete for the title of Miss Soviet Union. For many, this was more than a contest. It was an opportunity to break free from societal norms and showcase their talent and beauty on a national stage. The sheer number of participants reflected the hunger for change and the desire to embrace this newfound freedom. In a throwback to traditional beauty standards, contestants were meticulously measured as part of the competition. Judges examined every detail, from their waist to their posture, emphasizing the physical ideals of the time. While this practice might seem outdated now, it highlighted the Soviet Union's early attempts to define beauty in a modern context, blending traditional values with new cultural influences. Many of the contestants had never walked on a stage before. To prepare, they spent hours learning the art of stage presence, how to walk with confidence, how to pose gracefully, and how to captivate an audience. For these women, mastering the stage was about more than just winning. It was a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. The fashion of the 1980s was unmistakable, and the Moscow beauty pageant was no exception. Contestants showcased bold, voluminous hairstyles that were the epitome of the era. These looks added an extra layer of charm, making the event a visual spectacle and a celebration of Soviet style. Behind the scenes, the energy was electric. Contestants helped each other with makeup, adjusted their outfits, and exchanged encouraging words. Despite being in competition, there was a sense of camaraderie among the women. This was a shared experience, a moment in history where they stood together to challenge societal norms and embrace a brighter future. When the contestants finally stepped onto the stage, the audience was mesmerized. Each woman brought her unique personality to the spotlight, showcasing not just her physical beauty, but also her confidence and grace. This was more than a performance. It was a statement of individuality in a society that had long valued uniformity. The involvement of the prestigious German fashion magazine Bertemoden elevated the event to an international level. This sponsorship brought in global attention and added a sense of prestige to the competition. It showed that Soviet women could compete on par with their counterparts from around the world, breaking stereotypes and redefining global perceptions of Soviet culture. One of the most talked about segments of the pageant was the swimsuit round. For a society steeped in conservative values, this was a bold move that sparked both admiration and controversy. Contestants confidently walked the stage, challenging perceptions and demonstrating that beauty could be celebrated without compromising dignity. The audience was a mix of awe and disbelief. For many attendees, this was their first glimpse into a world of glamour and elegance that had been largely absent in Soviet life. The event sparked lively discussions, with some praising the contest as a symbol of progress, while others questioned its place in Soviet society. A striking visual moment came as the contestants performed under the watchful gaze of Lenin's portrait. This juxtaposition symbolized the cultural clash between the Soviet Union's ideological past and its rapidly evolving present. It was a reminder of the deep tensions that underpin this moment of change. The highlight of the evening was the crowning of 16-year-old Masha Kalinina as the first ever Miss Soviet Union. Her victory was a triumph not just for herself, but for every woman in the Soviet Union. Masha's win symbolized hope, progress, and the possibilities that lay ahead in a society undergoing transformation. Masha's victory walk was a moment of pure joy. With her crown and sash, she represented a new face of the Soviet Union, confident, elegant, and ready to embrace the future. Her journey inspired countless young women, proving that dreams could become reality even in the most unexpected of circumstances. The highlight of the evening was the crowning of 16-year-old Masha Kalinina as the first ever Miss Soviet Union. Her victory was a triumph not just for herself, but for every woman in the Soviet Union. Masha's win symbolized hope, progress, and the possibilities that lay ahead in a society undergoing transformation. The pageant drew widespread attention from international media, fashion designers, and photographers. The global fascination with the event highlighted the universal appeal of beauty, talent, and courage, showcasing Soviet women in a new and empowering light. Despite its success, the pageant was not without its critics. Traditionalists argued that the event was indecent and un-Soviet, reflecting the cultural divide of the time. However, for many it was a powerful symbol of change and progress, a step toward a more open and inclusive society. The legacy of Moscow Beauty 1988 lives on as a defining moment in Soviet history. It marked the beginning of a cultural shift, celebrating individuality and self-expression. Today, it stands as a reminder of the power of change and the courage of the women who dared to make history. Participants on the runway in swimsuits. The runway came alive as contestants confidently showcased their individuality during the swimsuit round. This segment, unprecedented in Soviet history, symbolized a cultural shift toward embracing beauty and self-expression. Contestants waiting backstage? The anticipation was palpable. Contestants, dressed in their unique styles, waited for their turn to shine. This was not just a beauty contest, it was a historic moment of courage and transformation. Crowds queuing at Gorky Park for castings. The casting process in Gorky Park drew massive crowds. From students to housewives, women from all walks of life lined up for hours, hoping to secure a chance to participate in this groundbreaking event. Maria Kalinina, a 17-year-old schoolgirl, captivated the audience during the swimsuit round. Her natural grace and confidence quickly made her a standout among the contestants. Maria Kalinina was crowned the first official beauty queen of the Soviet Union. Her victory represented a significant cultural shift as she became a symbol of grace and individuality in a changing society. After her win, Maria became a model for Berta Moden and later studied acting in Hollywood. Her success story embodied the new opportunities emerging during the Perestroika era. Among the finalists was Oksana Fendera, a 20-year-old from Odessa. Her radiant beauty and elegance earned her a place among the winners, despite not meeting residency requirements for Moscow. Irina Suvorova, one of the top finalists, became the center of controversy when it was revealed she was married and had a child, violating competition rules. However, she was allowed to remain on stage, though disqualified from winning. The first Soviet beauty contest paved the way for cultural transformation, celebrating individuality and creativity in a society undergoing rapid change. Its legacy lives on as a reminder of a time when beauty became a symbol of progress. The first Soviet beauty contest, Moscow Beauty 1988, was more than a pageant. It was a symbol of transformation. It celebrated individuality, broke societal norms, and marked a cultural shift in the Soviet Union. Its legacy reminds us that even in times of great change, courage and self-expression can pave the way for a brighter future. Which part of this story surprised you the most? Was it the courage of the contestants or the cultural shifts happening in the Soviet Union? Let's discuss in the comments. Thank you for watching and being a part of our journey through history. Your support means everything to us.